Greetings from Disney World. It's Phil and Heather, and we are here on the second story porch of our Saratoga Springs Deluxe Studio. And we've just made our lightning lane. We've got Rise of the Resistance and Slinky Dog, which are the two hardest Genie Pluses and lightning lanes to get in all of Disney. We got up and we were on there right at the stroke of 7 a.m. and got them. And I wanted to show you, we're going to go to the bus stop soon, but I wanted to show you our view from our room here in Saratoga Springs. We're at the grandstand area, which is where we stayed about 6 months ago, but we have a much different view. There's some sand traps and a fairway of a golf course right off our porch. Pretty cool. Well, we got on the first bus, made it to Hollywood Studios, and now we are already in line for Rise of the Resistance. So it looks like we're going to ride it twice today. The theming changes from Los Angeles to Star Wars Batuu. Los Angeles, Batuu. Pretty cool. As we were making our way through this line, we saw a palm warbler, which is really cool to the people who watch this channel for bird photography.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Should you be in flight prep? Recruits, thank you for joining the calls.
We are being interrogated.
That's good. Inside so out. You will get your father away until you finish.
The Resistance prisoners.
You have what I want.
Okay, take this corridor to the turbo lift, then head down to the escape pod base. Those droids are programmed to return you to Batuu. Hurry and don't get caught. Lieutenant Beck will guide you. Recruits! A probe droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbo lifts and stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, they go to the prisoner. Fire!
Take cover, recruits!
They have neither the resources nor the courage to engage us.
You underestimate their conviction. Raise the shields.
Shields? I see no evidence.
Now!
Sound the alarm! All personnel to their stations!
Arrested. You cannot escape me. Your precious resistance is about to be destroyed.
All right, nice job, recruits. Not what you signed on for, but hey, you're resistance now. I think I have that authority.
I don't remember some of the parts.
Yeah,
Like when Kylo Ren was in his ship out the window.
that's because the Kylo Ren animatronic was not there.
I like the ship better. Rise of the Resistance was awesome this morning. And our next thing to do is Slinky Dog. And we do have a Genie Plus lightning lane. So right here you can see Galaxy's Edge ending. I guess the last Galaxy's Edge thing is this Star Wars garbage can. And now we are in Andy's backyard in Toy Story Land. One of the biggest complaints about Toy Story Land is it's so hot and they don't provide much shade. But in the middle of January, it's not a problem. Okay, we are in the lightning lane. There's all the non-lightning lane people over to our left. This is our first ever lightning lane. We've always been fast passers before, but I guess Genie Plus lightning lane is the new thing. And I don't know, it looks like we're basically almost walking on. There's our dog. And we are gonna have the very back seat. All right, we are going. Woohoo!
Here we go.
Here comes the big finale.
Copyright music. You don't hear it.
Slinky Dog was awesome, and now we're heading back to Galaxy's Edge Star Wars Land for some early lunch at Ronto Roasters. We are in Galaxy's Edge, and we have Ronto wraps, which are really great. A lot of times when you're at Walt Disney World and they have cuisine that's not standard fare, it's kind of
Bleh.
but these Ronto wraps
Good.
are really great. Well, we decided to come to Baseline Tap House, and what'd you get, Heather?
I got a margarita.
What kind of, what's in that?
It's Patron.
Oh, cool. I got a Red Seal Ale. Seal as in the animal. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Do I don't like the look of this. And it just got worse.
Star Wars, what are you doing here?
I have no idea.
Then stay put.
Why?
If you want to stay alive, you're going to need some cover.
We're in line for Toy Story Midway Mania. There's Mr. Potato Head over there. Anyway, but this is the Genie Plus Lightning Lane, Fast Pass, whatever you want to call it, line. And while it is notably shorter than the standby line, there's still a line here. It's not walk on. We're on Toy Story Midway Mania, where we're going to fire these weapons at lots of imaginary targets. All right, for Disney's 50th anniversary, they have these golden sculptures all over all 4 parks. And there's a total of 50 characters, not 50 sculptures, but 50 characters. And the first one that Heather and I ran across was R2-D2 and BB-8. So, 48 to go. Okay, the next thing we're going to ride is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which is in the Chinese Theater where they used to have the great movie ride. Heather and I have seen the real Chinese Theater out in Los Angeles, but I think this one is still my favorite.
Now, we're gonna make it happen. Let's take a ride. We have to stop what we're doing all over the
Did you like Runaway Railway?
It's cute. I like it.
Me too. It's fun.
Yeah.
We are back at Rise of the Resistance. We're in the Lightning Lane, which costs $15 each plus tax. And the standby line right now is 195 minutes. But even the Lightning Lane, we've already been in this line for 2 or 3 minutes, and we're about to get up to where we tap our magic band.
Thank you.
Thanks.
If anyone's packing a blaster, now's a good time. Ah! The escape pod's just below us. Wait, why are you going up? I said down. Up is bad. Up is real bad. You guys really like cutting it close, don't you? Okay, you're clear.
Well, we rode Rise of the Resistance twice in one day. Last time we came here, we didn't even get to ride it once. So we're doing pretty good. And now we have dinner reservations at Mama Melrose. All right, this is the exterior of Mama Melrose's Ristorante Italiano. It's kind of over near the Muppet area of Hollywood Studios. This is what it looks like in here. Kind of pretty. We're here at Mama Melrose's at a really, really tiny table that will barely hold the two of us, but it's big enough. And we're both going to get the chicken parmesan. Heather's getting some sort of a meatball for an appetizer, and I'm having a Caesar salad, and we're going to have some Bud Light. Should be good. And there is Heather's meatball. Look at that.
These meatballs.
They also brought us some bread and some olive oil, I think, to dip it in. And this is my Caesar salad. There is my chicken parmesan and Heather's chicken parmesan as well. How's it look, Heather? Well, we thoroughly enjoyed our food at Mama Melrose. And now, what are we doing next?
Riding Tower of Terror, maybe.
Why is that a big deal?
Because I don't ride Tower of Terror.
How come?
Because I'm scared of it.
Edna Mode and guest. There it is, the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination.
Well, Heather wrote it. What do you think?
I love it so much.
All this time, everybody's been telling her it's scary, but it's not scary. It's
not.
just fun.
It's so fun.
Very fun.
It's so fun.
Now we got to ride it again. Oh, we can't run over these people. This is the tripod I brought. It's an old MeFoto tripod that telescopes. The legs telescope and twist, and the center column telescopes and twists. It gives you a fairly high tripod, but it is small enough to be legal for Disney. Okay, we're on Alien Swirling Saucers. There's an acronym for that, and we're going to do some long exposure photography with the ZFC. I tried to make some photographs of Heather while we were swinging around on the ride, and they came kind of close to what I wanted, but not really. So I set up a tripod when we got off the ride, and I made this half-a-second shot of the ride moving around. It was kind of cool. Well, I'm here in Galaxy's Edge, and I've just made a few shots of the Millennium Falcon behind me using the Nikon ZFC. This exact composition on the tripod. I haven't moved the camera at all. I was at f10, and I did 9 shots at 13 seconds each. And of course, as you can see, there's people going in front of the ship all the time. So I'm just going to kind of hope to blur those people out with the 13-second exposure. And let's take a look at that picture now from here at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I ended up picking the 3 best of those long exposure 13-second photos of the Millennium Falcon, and then I blended them. And it's fairly good. There's still some ghosting here and there. You can stay kind of after park closing until they run you off and maybe get a better shot of this, but I didn't have time for all of that. You got to make a photo of the Miss Piggy fountain. I shot this 2 seconds f13 ISO 100. I underexposed it a pretty good bit because I didn't want to blow out the Pizza Rizzo sign back there, and hopefully it turned out okay. Right now there's lots of people on the fountain, but I managed to get a shot of this, if nothing else, with almost nobody on it. I got really lucky, I thought, to have this entire alley empty of people except for a couple on the left and maybe one way back in the background. And this is probably my favorite long exposure photo from Hollywood Studios. I really like it. I've always liked that Miss Piggy fountain, and there's a lot of nice leading lines and things in this shot. All right, I'm here at the Chinese Theater, home of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I had to put on my ultra wide, which does not autofocus, and there's a real light problem because the neon sign is super bright and the rest of the building is fairly bright. So I tried to high dynamic range it, and I'm not sure if this one's going to turn out. And really, I'd like to have a lot wider shot but I did it vertical. So anyway, this one's going to be kind of just waiting for a super ultra wide in the future or something. But if it turns out all right, we'll look at it now. I shot this vertically with the ultra wide lens, so I didn't have to tilt the camera up so much to get the whole thing in. And I was back as far as I could go, and I still had to tilt the camera up some, so there are some not straight lines in this. And the high dynamic range didn't come out as good as I would have liked, but I liked it enough to share with you, so here it is. All right. We are heading out of Hollywood Studios. We were here from opening all the way till closing. Heather not only rode the Tower of Terror, but she rode it 3 times, and I think she might have a new favorite ride.
Yes, I do.
All right, so we're heading to the bus stop, and then we got to head back to Saratoga Springs, and tomorrow we are going to Animal Kingdom. Thanks for joining us here at Hollywood Studios. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.